Well, I was gonna work on the fence line in this pasture. The electric fence wasn't working properly, so it needs to be fixed up because the lady that was in this pasture before screwed it up. So she's gone after making a lovely mess in here. The owner kind of cleaned it up somewhat, but there's only so much she could do. She still has more work to do. And then we had the ice storm, and they had a big branch come down and busted a fence post, bent up this fence. So that needs to be taken care of before we can let the horses in here, because she was gonna use this for rotational grazing for honey and the herd that she's in, but I'll tell you, the lady that was in this pasture before the last lady, she kept this pasture pristine. She had 3 horses in here. 3 horses. She had it set up just a small space for rotational grazing, and she kept all the manure picked up, and she seeded, she lined, she took good care of this pasture, and she had good grass. I mean, she hardly had to use any hay during the warmer season because she had taken care of the pasture, what little she had. And the less pasture you have, the less pasture you have, the more care you have to give it. Okay? And she did. Well, then she did a switcheroo, and another lady came in this pasture, and she just trashed the place. And she too, they had 3 horses in here. And I mean, there was the odd time where they had a 4th horse in here, but generally speaking, they had 3 horses in here for most of the time. She just trashed the place. There's hardly any grass. The owner tried to tell her, keep the round bale, because they insist on feeding round bales. So, and the owner said, keep the round bale in one particular spot, that way you don't kill the grass. Guess what she did? Every time she put the new brown bale in, she put it in a different spot, she killed the grass. And what's green over there ain't much grass. That's mostly buttercups. And a little bit of grass, but not much. So it's like, needless to say, that woman left, she's gone. Now we're trying to reclaim this pasture, and I'm afraid it's going to take more work than what I have time to give. And that's sad. But there's not too much I can do about it. I'll do what I can, but I'm very limited time-wise. So, well, if she replaces this fence post, even if this fence is not going to be the prettiest, if she replaces the fence post and we get the electric fence up and maybe run another line down lower, it'll keep the horses off the fence line and they won't test it. And looks like that fence post is busted too. That one looks okay. So that looks like one for sure, and I think that one too is busted, unless it's just leaning. No, it's just, I think it's just leaning. We can wait. Okay, so it's just the one that's busted, I think. Double check that. Is it busted or is it? Oh, yeah, she snapped. Snapped under the ground. So, have to get that taken out. Unfortunately, I took most of my tools home, so I don't have any tools here. It's just assessing the situation. And of course, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Well, I can check that insulator has to go. This one here has to go. And this, check to see if the wire's still good. So looks like it is down that end, so. Well, and they have to get these chicken things out of here. So I gotta assess that. Looks like there might be a fence post over there on the ground, so maybe it won't be so much trouble. Unfortunately, I can't stick around today, as I have to help my father again. It's rough when your parents get old and their minds start to go, and they need more care, more help. I don't know. Well, anyways, horses are being fed, so it sounds like you're about done, so I gotta go take care of them. Goofy girl. Of course, I had to answer a text just when she came barreling out of the run-in. There's a little bit of grass coming up, so we're letting them have a little bit of grass. It's good for them. There ain't much there, but there's a little bit, so let them have it. And then they'll be taken out of here. They probably won't be back in here again until the weekend.